Greetings, folks. I am here yet again. Neither for Cake Youth Girl Mockington, your friend and mine. Here to play video games at you. And tonight we're pointing and clicking. We're back to Broken Sword 2, Smoking Mirror. With the smoking mirror, someone's obviously fired the laser. And it bounced off the mirror, and it rebounded around the room a couple of times. And then it went through a prism, and then a splitter. And you still didn't solve the fucking puzzle, because you needed a blue laser here. And this laser is clearly green. Fucking Chromatron, man. Hello! Silver Star, Celine and Company, Windchaser. Greetings, you batch of fuzz buckets and scale thinganamies. You have all the Chromatrons, good for you. Please keep them where nobody can be hurt by them. So tonight, we're going back to Central America. George and Nico have arrived in their gaudy-ass tourist uniforms. Uniforms? They're not really uniforms. Gaudy-ass tourist outfits. And we're going to talk to everyone in Central America. And we're going to see if any of them know what we're supposed to be doing next. Then someone captured the laser using 2 pocket makeup mirrors pointed at each other. Then turn them outward to fire double lasers at the problem. This is how physics actually work. You can just capture a laser for use later. I personally have 5 or 10 captured lasers just bouncing around a drawer in my house. I can never reach into that drawer. My entire arm will be annihilated. Good times. Good times. Chromatron mod for Talos Principle when? You know, I think I missed my chance to buy, like, Talos Principle HD Remastered or whatever the frig it is. At a discount. Well, I could have bought it at a discount. I didn't. I'm trying to save money for stuff. But, you know. Totally Fine Everything is amazing. It was a hell of a show. Nothing ever had to make sense. And everything was ridiculous. And when nothing makes sense and everything is ridiculous, the world is beautiful. So, hello, last... What? Screen go boom. What? Yeah, suddenly I'm... Like, after everybody complains, I'm seeing, like, 151 dropped frames. And my connection is going fucky. Hold on. No, it's back now. Lost me there. That's weird. Yeah, that was nothing that I did or could control. That's concerning. No, there's no technical, repair fixy shit, because I can't fix this. Anyway, I'm just gonna shout out Cartube, who did a lot of cool stuff for, As I was saying, Car helped fix the audio last night. If there was ever a time you couldn't hear me, hopefully it will be improved thanks to the work of Car. So shout outs to Car. Just gonna close this off. We're gonna go over to the wide game screen. I am gonna be invisible because I forgot to start the video tube again. So let me just hide the morphing grid. There we go. Let's get this up and running. Hopefully I will not start dropping I will not start dropping frames again. Quick adjustment. Okay. So we should now be able to talk to fucking everybody on this screen. Let's head over here and work from left to right. We're gonna talk to every single person here. As soon as I'm assured that we are in fact back. One moment. Okay, I can only hope that I'm back, so. Okay.
Hi there. What have you got for sale?
Okay.
I said, what have you got?
Speaking of audio, actually, what the hold on. This is super quiet to me. Can you guys hear this?
Hi. Lovely bread.
There we go.
Bread. Pan?
Si, pan.
Maybe I'll come back later when I'm hungry.
Oh, it's the stereo separation. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, One moment while I set something up real quick. What I'm doing is I'm going over to my headset base and setting it to transparency so I can hear with my headphones over my ears. Otherwise, I'm going to start talking way too loud. Okay. So now I can keep my headphones over my ears and still actually hear what people are saying in-game. This was a fucked-ass stream. Let's hope that it gets better.
Those things are gourds, aren't they?
Si.
Hey, mind the footwear, lady.
George, that didn't help with anything. George is not actually getting anywhere with talking to people. What does this hut do?
Inside the hut was a chair and a small table. It was an
Infiltrate.
uninteresting little wooden hut with an armed goon outside it.
Armed goon! Hello, goon.
Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. Can we get a cab to the capital?
This is the capital, Quaramonte City.
When's the next ship out of here?
But senor, don't you like our beautiful country?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. It's like a little piece of paradise right here on Earth.
Then why you wanna leave?
I'm just plain homesick. Like it says in the song.
A word of warning, senor. If you feel like bursting into song, bite your tongue.
Huh?
There are official restrictions on music in Quaramonte.
How come music is restricted in Quaramonte?
It is part of a great cultural enrichment campaign. Traditional Quaramonte music is considered unsuitable for these fast-moving times. Nuestra Senora has decreed that only one category of music is suitable.
What's that?
Easy listening.
That explains the background music here.
we've had enough. We're going back to the ship.
Okay. You show me your brown card?
Huh? What brown card is that?
The official exit visa.
All right, we cannot leave without an exit visa. Good to know. There's a goat over here.
Now, I like most animals, but experience had made me wary of goats, and cats, and dogs.
What animals do you like, George? Bears? Spiders? I'm led to believe there is an Easter egg if we feed the coal to the goat.
What was that? It's a lump of lucky coal. Coal? I would have preferred chocolate. Any flavor, so long as it hasn't got marzipan in it. God, I hate marzipan. You can talk. I mean, you're a talking goat. Keep your voice down. This is between you and me, right? Well, I guess so. Now, I mean it. You tell anyone you've spoken to me, and you'll be cursed.
Well, now George has a little secret to keep. What's this poster?
It looked to me like an early portrait of Orson Welles. In Quaramonte, defacing a poster was probably a capital offense.
And we don't have any capital letters to spare.
Do you have crabs?
No, only fish.
Nice fish.
Thanks.
If by some remote chance I ever need a fish, I'll be back. Do you recognize this statue?
Si, senor. It is very, very bad luck. That is Tezcatlipoca, the night hunter.
The guy looked scared out of his wits.
Go away.
Okay. Tezcatlipoca? Traditional god of smoking mirrors.
Hey, cheer up, guys. What's with the long faces?
Our pipe player has been arrested and thrown in jail.
Poor Miguel. He never broke the law in his life.
Oh wow, we have our full inventory suite here.
Why was Miguel put in jail?
For playing folk music.
What?
It's true, senor. He insisted on playing traditional Quaramonte music, even though it's illegal.
I'm seeing an I'm sorry, something up? I almost hope the stream was out because I cannot find the mute button when I need to sneeze. I always hit, like, the left arrow or something. If he played illegal music, then he never broke a law isn't true, is it? That's true. What's
Would
this?
either of you guys care for a biscuit?
A dog biscuit, senor?
Are you trying to insult us?
No, really. They're good.
We'll take your word for it.
George, have you been eating the dog biscuits while I haven't been looking at you?
What do you make of this little worm?
No good. It's dead.
Sure it's dead. You think I'd carry it around in my pocket if it wasn't? Take a look at the design on this label.
I have seen that before.
Where?
There was a ship flying a flag just like that
When did you see this ship?
3 months ago. It was here, at the docks.
3 months ago. Interesting.
What was the ship with the condor flag carrying?
I don't know, senor. We weren't allowed near the docks.
That's right. Usually we meet the ships when they tie up.
We play to the tourists.
Well, when the condor ship came in, we were told to go away.
Why don't you try playing a tune to cheer yourselves up?
No, we should be looking for real jobs.
We could earn 10 times as much down the mines. My cousin Ramirez was earning 8 pesos an hour.
Before he lost his legs in the accident.
What a bright and cheerful area this is.
Do you guys know anything about a total eclipse?
What is it?
It's like when the sun is hidden by the moon.
He's crazy.
My cousin Alfredo swears he saw it happen once. But that was after he stupidly consumed a cocktail of peyote and antibiotics.
Ugh.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, senor.
Me neither.
Have you seen anything like...
I, the hungry chief.
Why are you carrying that thing around with you, senor? Don't you know who it is?
Sure, it's Tezcatlipoca. But it's only a little carving.
It brings death, senor. Death and destruction.
Alright, let's not terrify the locals with that.
Tell me about the accident at the mine.
There was an explosion at Teoculcan. 30 miners were buried alive.
They got some of them out, though.
2 of them, including your cousin, and they left half of him behind.
Okay, well, good to know. We could try heading into the police barracks again. Anything over here? Hey, it's Dwayne! Hi, Dwayne.
It was Pearl's husband, Dwayne. Hey, Mr. Anderson. Good to see you again.
Do I know you, son?
George Stobart, remember? In Syria? I sold you a statue.
I remember that. Pearl was mighty vexed when the paint came off.
Look, I'm sorry. I'll give you back the $50.
No, you suckered me fair and square.
Oh, okay.
Are you still working for... you know who?
You know I can't talk about my work, George. That's between me and Uncle Sam.
So, yes. Okay.
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
I don't think this is the same Dwayne actor. He doesn't sound like it.
Why did you bring a huge truck like that?
George, I'm on a top-secret classified mission for Uncle Sam. This truck is a rolling bomb. 400 pounds of nitrate fertilizer with a plastique initiator. They'll hear the bang in China. Gee, I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, that took a rapid turn.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind Condor, and the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George. But I underestimated you, son.
Really? Okay. Did you? Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a biscuit, Dwayne?
Oh no, those gourmet dog snacks bring me out in a rash.
You've tried them?
They were on special offer. Pearl bought a whole crate. When I asked her if she was thinking of keeping a dog too, she just laughed.
Home life is fascinating to me.
Would you like to borrow my lucky piece of coal, Dwayne?
What's so lucky about it?
Well, we made it to Quaramonte in one piece.
When you've been here a few days, you won't look on that as luck.
Fair. How about these panties?
What do you think of these panties, Dwayne?
Lord, hot stuff, George. You buy those for your girl?
No, a guy we knew in Paris bought them for her.
Oh, you're a threesome then. Why are you looking at me like that, George?
Forget it.
I mean, polyamory would solve a lot of problems that Andre and Dwayne and Andre and George and Nico have. It's just that it would introduce so many other new problems. You would have a whole host of new problems to deal with. That would be fun, actually.
Do you know anything about a shipping company called Condor Transglobal?
Sure I do. You have to get up pretty early to catch Dwayne with his pants down.
What? You beat me to it?
Condor Transglobal is all wound up. Seems like my investigations scared them off.
Really? Okay, I guess we're done here.
Did you know that traditional music is illegal in Quaramonte?
Is that so? Seems reasonable to me.
No, really. The leader of the band in the square has been imprisoned just because of the music he played.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but that fella, Miguel, he's an agitator.
Is he?
What's the real reason the musician was imprisoned?
Handed out subversive literature at the mines. That so-called general was waiting for Miguel when he got back into town. Marched him off to jail at gunpoint on a charge of inciting a riot.
Huh.
He was a friendly-looking guy.
Alright, let's talk to this guy to finish it up. I think we're finishing it up.
Hi, I'm George Stobart. What can you tell me about the mining company?
The general closed down one of their mines after the explosion. Lots of folks lost their lives. I was lucky. I only lost my legs.
What do you think of these panties?
Awesome. You wear them?
No, someone sent them to my girlfriend.
Thoughtful.
I love the mood swings you can generate simply by existing in a point-and-click adventure universe. I lost my legs in a mining accident. Do you like these panties? Awesome. Like, everybody... There is no logical continuity or follow-through to any of these conversational trees. And that's the beautiful part of it. That's the part I love.
Do you recognize the design on this label?
Why, sure. That's the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company logo.
Do they have an office in Quaramonte?
No, but they ship out from here.
That's what I thought.
Good to know.
Did you see the ship with the Condor flag?
No.
But the dock is just the other side of the square.
Might as well be the other side of the moon.
Kind of conversation you'd have with a guy after you've paralyzed and new sense of humor. I mean, yeah.
Have you heard about the eclipse of the sun?
Sure, I'm having a party to celebrate it. Drop by.
Really?
Sure. Plenty of food, plenty of wine, and everyone's invited, except the general.
Right, no generals allowed. Got it.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
That's obsidian. It's a volcanic rock which has cooled so fast that...
Yeah. Look, I'm not interested in geology.
You're not? I suppose you want to know about the carved picture on it.
That's right.
Then the guy you should talk to is the professor. He was here a while ago.
Don't ask people about a stone if you don't want to know about stone, George.
Do you know what this statue represents?
Should do. I used to carve things like that to sell to tourists. But it scared people around here, so I stopped.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's, can we head out this way? Anything over here? Gonna guess no. Or just, yeah. Alright,
Hey, Nico!
let's try the police place again and talk to everybody in there about everything. I should probably have talked to Nico and see if she learned anything.
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor.
With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavations. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember
Right,
what
the
I told you,
Smiler.
General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
And we can't reach him to talk to him.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, senor. Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this?
Didn't we already have this conversation?
Come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
Maybe I didn't save.
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
Look, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
You've come to the right place, senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
General Huge Stupid Grin at your service. Oh my god, okay. Well, let's start with the most important stuff.
Would you like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his price.
Mine is more than a dog cookie, Senor Stobart.
Yeah, we get to hang around with this sicko for a long time, it's true.
What do you think of these panties, General?
Oh boy, fabuloso!
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
Karzak? I never heard of him. Do I get the panties now? I told you all I know.
You told me nothing. Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quaramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour, when he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
I assume this is Ronaldo.
Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Condor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
I love how he recognizes him instantly, and nope.
Are you sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
The musicians out in the square say that a ship flying the Condor flag was birthed here.
They are simple peasants. They will go along with anything you say in the hopes of parting you from your money.
Condor is run by Karzak, isn't it?
Wrong again, senor. Karzak has nothing to do with anything called Condor. Whoever he is.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
So, to explain the plot so far, we are here in Central America to talk to Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, about his multiple wins of the WWE World Championship belt. Unfortunately, we have to interview him about literally everything that crosses our mind. So we've instead offered him some dog biscuits and had him lie to us about shipping companies. Later on, he will suplex us through this desk. Please look forward to it. And hello, Suzaku.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Quaramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people. Take away their musical roots and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
You think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
Very well done. Well played. Also, Nuestra Senorita sounds like a sleep aid, or possibly an antidepressant. Ask your doctor if Nuestra Senorita is right for you.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
Good save, Nico.
We've had enough of Quaramonte and we want out.
Am I stopping you?
The guy at the docks tells me I need an exit visa.
Ask Ronaldo. He'll make the arrangements. That's what he's here for.
Alright, we're gonna have to talk to Ronaldo after all this, clearly.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
This is the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few months ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Oubier, a visitor, senor, like yourselves.
Did you say Oubier?
Si, senor. Professor Oubier, a French archaeologist.
Alright, we gotta get out there and talk to Professor Oubier, too.
What's Oubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
A couple of special offer letters were strewn across the desk. The television was showing what appeared to be a low-budget soap. A tall man with long blonde hair was shouting at a woman who was naked apart from a towel.
Is that what's happening? Okay. Okay, Space
It was a
Invaders.
computer monitor with some kind of outdated game displayed on it. I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
Yeah, who would ever play computer games? Computer games are for losers.
I decided to leave the television switched on.
Can I have your papers?
I had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's.
No? Okay.
A safe was tucked under the desk. It was the map which the general had been showing to Professor Oubier.
Alright, let's check out this map. He's not gonna let me do this, is he?
Senor. Leave the child alone.
Dang.
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there.
Alright, let's try Ronaldo. Ooh, filing cabinet.
A filing cabinet stood in the corner. The door led back outside.
Alright.
The filing cabinet was probably locked.
No. Alright, Ronaldo! Help us.
Hi,
I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
Why the long face? I guess it came like that.
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor, but I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the general catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
Friendly guy, the general.
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect. Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The general would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
Oh.
You know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is to be executed. Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International is going to hear about this. I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
And that carries the death penalty?
No. You think we're crazy? While being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Folk musicians usually are.
I'm trying to get out of Quaramonte.
Good for them.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be able to buy back half my family.
Never mind them. What about my visa?
We don't take visa.
I didn't ask if you take a visa. I want you to give me a visa.
I can't help you, senor. I don't understand these things.
Great.
Do you recognize this statue?
It's Catholic book. The night wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
So long.
And you would think that if everybody thinks this thing is cursed, I would be able to use it to curse some people. I want to shake this thing at the general, like, just scare the hell out of him.
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Ah, sorry, Nico.
You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe. But that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
That's too bad. We could get him to shoot himself in it.
That man we saw talking to the general was Oubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Oubier, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah. It's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte. Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that the design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
I mean, it could be a dog. It could be Entei. Or Suicune. Those are like dogs. Probably couldn't be Raiko, though. That one's more like a cat.
Guess what this is? Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron, probably from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
I think she read your mind, George.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu! Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Oubier's house. Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes. It looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it.
So we have to get him out of there in order to, proceed, I think.
Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great.
I thought she was just gonna keep making that face.
Did you know Oubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious?
I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Oubier himself.
A murderer, huh? André said he was something of a celebrity.
Andre's kind of a dick, have you noticed?
Labano tells me he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something? Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, Georges. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it.
George has no filter between his brain and his mouth. And I kind of relate.
Do you recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir.
She's gonna make that face at him a lot.
Take a look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Oubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
Maybe that's why he's here. Can we borrow your bomb truck? Oh, hello. Oubier.
Professor Oubier?
Yes? Who are you?
My name is Stobart. George Stobart.
You know, Oubier is a fun name to say. Oubier!
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
Where did you get that?
This is the stone my girlfriend called you about. The stone that nearly cost Nico her life.
I assure you, I don't know what you're talking about.
George is going to show that to everybody,
Do you see this
huh?
label?
Yes. It refers to a company named Condor. What of it?
I traced that company here, to Quaramonte. Do you know where I can find the offices of Condor Transglobal?
The company no longer exists. They went bankrupt recently.
Dang. Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a biscuit?
No, thank you.
You should, they're good. I can't get enough of these things.
You're eating them right now, George! Jesus Christ. Usually when I'm playing a point-and-click adventure game, I like to feel like I'm somewhat controlling of the character I'm playing as. Like, I like to feel that I have some grasp of what they're going to do. George is just fucking eating dog biscuits and telling everybody about his problems, using his full legal name. I have no idea what he's doing or when he's gonna do it. It's kind of amazing, the separation between us.
Take a look at this, Professor. What have you got to say about that?
Where did you get this?
Never mind that. How do you explain these withdrawals?
I left my financial affairs in the hands of my secretary.
Including the withdrawal of funds in cash from your personal account?
I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
And why Marseille? Why the very place my girlfriend was taken?
That's obvious, Stobart. We are both the victims of the same devious plot.
What plot?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Yes, I know him. In fact, if it wasn't for Karzak, I wouldn't be here.
What?
He's financing my expedition.
Interesting.
What do you know about my girlfriend's abduction?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was invited to your mansion in Paris.
Not by me, she wasn't. I haven't been home for nearly 7 months.
Have you ever employed a Central American butler or servant?
I've never employed any kind of servant, monsieur.
Interesting.
Do you know anything about this eclipse, Professor?
Of course. It's not the reason I'm here in Quaramonte, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.
Dwayne is just sitting there watching this whole conversation like, huh.
What's your interest in the eclipse, Professor?
Oh, it's purely a layman's curiosity. History's my subject, not astronomy. But I've been fascinated by the movements of the heavenly bodies since I was a child. I wouldn't miss a total eclipse for the world.
Does the eclipse have some special significance for you?
For me? No. For the ancient Mayans, it marked the end of the 5th age.
Perhaps we should be celebrating.
Ah, no. The end of each age heralds destruction on a global scale. The 5th is the final age, ending in the total destruction of the Earth.
God, I wish that were true. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. Oh well.
I have proof that you are directly involved with Condor.
I used them as shippers to transport artifacts to a gallery in Paris. Beyond that, I have no connection with the company, which, as I said, no longer exists.
That sounds reasonable.
Can you identify this statue, Professor?
Oh, yes. Tezcatlipoca, the Lord of Darkness.
A Central American god, right?
A supreme deity. Tezcatlipoca means, literally, smoking mirror. There. You see the mirror shield in his left hand? The Mayans believed he could look into the mirror and see into the hearts of men. He was the wind which came howling in the night in search of victims, and victims they gave him by the thousand.
Human sacrifices?
Men, women, children, animals, anything that bled. The steps of his temple ran red with the blood of sacrifices. The Mayans have a legend that says he'll return one day. I hope I'm not around to see it.
Huh. So hey, did you kill your wife?
Tell me about your wife, Professor.
Please, I don't want to talk about her.
So hey, did you kill your wife?
You shot her, didn't you?
No. I loved Carol. She meant the world to me.
Oh, is this conversation over? Okay,
I had nothing else to ask him just then.
that's fair. Hi, Dwayne.
Do you think the general was involved with Condor?
Hell no. And if he's a general, I'm a Buddhist. No, that fella's just a mouthpiece for the real power in Quaramonte.
So the general is nothing but a puppet?
He's like Pinocchio before he met the Blue Rinse Fairy. Strictly strings and wood.
Who's pulling the strings?
His mother. Better known as La Presidenta, the dictator.
Interesting.
It was Dwayne's truck, packed with high explosive. According to that amiable old paranoid, reminded me of the time I was in Syria. But that's another story.
Nothing exploded in Syria.
Stealing trucks wasn't my style. It was one of the cell windows.
Anything in these cell windows?
It was one of the windows of the jail. The cell was vacant. There was a forlorn-looking guy asleep on the floor of the jail. It was Miguel, the pipe player. Hey, Miguel! He didn't hear me. There was a forlorn look. It was Miguel.
Can we, like, rattle a cup on the window to get his attention? No? No, I don't know what would get his attention. I noticed we can't ask anybody about the lipstick. I guess it's too obvious what that is. Just throw out, you shot your wife with nothing to back it up. Don't go anywhere with that. Yeah, just toss that one out there for fun.
Have you met the guy who calls himself the General?
No, I haven't. Is he a real general?
I guess so. He wears a lot of medals on his chest. The wrong side of his chest. At least for any army I'd ever seen.
I heard that if you talk to the general, you can get a great rate on your insurance.
I hear you drove all the way to Quaramonte. In a truck.
That's right. You would not believe the state of some of those roads. Makes me downright sad to think there's still some places you can't reach in an automobile. In this day and age, you'd think there'd be decent highways just about anywhere folk choose to go.
Now that's an American point of view.
Did you know that the truck was full of explosives?
Whatever gave you that idea, as if I couldn't guess?
Your husband. He was exaggerating, wasn't he?
Sometimes I wonder how I'm gonna cope with Dwayne's over-fertile imagination.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Okay, so... she says that the truck isn't full of explosives. Does Dwayne have anything to add to that? And can we, like, throw the panties into the, cell? No. Can't. Alas. Dwayne?
I had nothing else to ask him.
No? Okay.
Hey, Nico!
Just gonna head back in here real quick. Is there anything I missed in here that could be... maybe this guy who's completely obsessed with paperwork will tell us where this bank statement is from.
Never mind.
No. Anything else to talk about with the general?
Do you have a map of Quaramonte?
A map? I'm sorry, senor, but I don't.
What about the one on the wall?
Ah, that is an archaeological survey map, senor. Not suitable for tourists.
I'll be back.
Nico, can you, like, distract him?
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
It would be nice if, like, I could get her to distract him while I pull down the chart, but I guess not. So I have to admit, I'm now a little bit clueless as to how to proceed.
Tell me about the general. You know, the guy in charge around here.
We don't want to talk about him, senor.
How come? No one can hear you. Well, only that old goat.
In Quaramonte, we have a saying. Don't tell your old goat what you don't want your wife to know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe I can talk to Nico about a plan out here?
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
Can you imagine just glancing at somebody and going, there's nothing else I want to talk to you about at this time, and then walking away? They would get so paranoid. Then again, I have been known to do that, just walk around the apartment going, I can't pick that up. I can't use these things together. I can't eat that right now. I can't shoot my past self. Hey, wait a minute! Alright, I am, a little befuddled as to what we do next. We've talked to everybody. I know that we should have to get in and check out the chart, but I'm at a loss as to how to do that. I'm going to turn to the hint button. How do I get rid of the general? Alright, we're gonna get a little nudge. Perhaps you can create some kind of distraction. That's a good idea, but I'm not sure how. Give me another bump. Talk to the general about the chart. Alright, I think I've done that. Speak to Dwayne. Maybe you can work together. Alright. I thought I had spoken to Dwayne. But I guess I hadn't.
Did you find any evidence of Condor's drug smuggling operations?
Drugs? Hell no! Condor was a cover for the illegal export of Mayan artifacts.
So who was behind Condor Transglobal?
It was registered in the name of Edan.
Did you get the guy?
I don't think he ever existed. Edan backwards spells Nady, Spanish for nobody.
It was Odysseus the whole time? I'll be damned, the guy gets around.
Is Miguel the reason you're here?
Pretty smart, George. I was supposed to make contact with him. By the time I found him, though, he was in jail. I've been trying to figure out a way to get him out since then.
Sounds good to me. Count me in.
Good man, George. All I need is a detonator.
Detonator?
How come you brought a truckload of explosives but no detonator?
Call me old-fashioned, but I say packing trunks is woman's work. I left the
You're
packing
old-fashioned.
to Pearl, and I can't find a darn thing. Just hope she remembered to bring my denture polish. I'd sure hate to arrive back in the States with tar on my teeth.
Then don't eat the road surface. Alright, that implies that Pearl maybe knows where this detonator is.
Do you know where I could buy a detonator?
Did Dwayne put you up to this by any chance? Oh, I get it. This is to detonate the truckload of explosives, right?
Hey, come on, I was kidding. Did you think I was serious?
I know what you boys are like when you get together and make plans. Dwayne says he could solve all the world's problems if he had enough missiles.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Alright, detonator. Where would we get one of those? Anybody out here have one?
Go away.
Okay. Everybody's so happy to see... The mining company might have a detonator. I bet the
Do you
goat
have to
has
spit
one.
like that?
See. You think I want to swallow that crap?
What I mean is, it can't be doing your business any good. I'm sure you'd sell a lot more gourds if you didn't.
Nobody ever complained before.
Okay. I can see I'm not getting through.
I bet that goat has... You might be right. It would also be really good... Ah, we can get into the mining company. I bet they've got a detonator. Oh, the goat's not talking. Wait. There it is.
Hey, Nico!
Hey, Nico, you're so fine. You're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Nico. Do you guys have a detonator in here?
Hola, señora.
Hi. We were wondering...
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
Hi, my name is Nicole Collard.
Concha Garcia. How can I help you, sister?
The corporation I represent is considering a major investment in Quaramonte. Your advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
She has a look like, put to mind of, like, Fox from Gargoyles, I think.
Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a smack in the mouth, Chico?
Just had to get that out of the way. Oh, boy.
Do you have any kind of detonating device in stock?
Sure. They're kept in that cupboard.
I don't suppose you have one spare?
I can't simply give you a device like that, no without a damn good reason.
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
This is getting us so many places. Oh my god.
Nice buns.
Hi. Holy fuck. How you doing? Maybe that's what's so lucky about it. It gets that guy to do that. I'm sorry, my mind is completely derailed now.
Do you recognize the icon on this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Quaramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Interesting.
Do you know who owned Condor Transglobal?
I've no idea.
Do you know Professor Ubier?
Yes. I understand he is about to embark on an archaeological expedition. He hired some equipment from me earlier today.
I overheard him talking to the General. I think they're working together.
What? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have hired out the equipment. Now, why would the General be interested in an archaeologist?
Damn it, George. You should have been like, I'm also working with the professor. He forgot a detonator. Can I have one?
The General has a chart in his office, which he was discussing with Ubier.
Perhaps that chart will tell us where they're heading.
Maybe, but I can't get anywhere near it while the General and his sidekick are there. Can you tell me about the accident at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage. Somebody wanted my mine closed down for good.
God, y'all, it's
That the
sabotage.
mine was sabotaged?
Not yet, but I'll get to the bottom of it. There'd been trouble at that mine for several months. The workforce was getting smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor among the men that the mine was cursed. Now the entire operation has been closed down.
Where's the site of the mine?
several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
Teoculcan. Okay.
Can you tell me anything about this statue?
It is Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered by many to be a bad omen.
That's never stopped anybody I know with a fetish.
Does this stone mean anything to you?
I think it is a spirit stone carved by a Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of their many gods it represents.
Well, good to know.
Would you be interested in these panties? They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Have you heard about the forthcoming eclipse?
I don't take much interest in things like that. One of the boys might know about it.
We learned absolutely nothing. So...
It was a store cupboard.
I mean, we taught her absolutely nothing about anything.
Hey!
Nothing happened there.
Stay out of that cupboard.
Nico. Give me a detonator.
I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
No, okay.
The guy was working away like an automaton.
Would you like some panties?
Do you keep detonators in the office?
I don't know. I'm new here. In fact, I started this morning. I don't have a clue what I'm supposed to be doing. Are you familiar with accounting software?
Hell no.
Me neither.
We accidentally found the Central American version of me. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here either, man. Sorry.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
No.
Do you know anything about the eclipse?
Yes. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I heard it's going to be pretty spectacular.
It's in a few weeks' time, isn't it?
9 days.
Thanks.
9 days.
I'm looking for a detonator.
Oh my, that's dangerous. I mean, are you qualified to handle those things? I don't know how you can work with explosives. I'd be too scared of blowing myself up. That's why I work in an office. Mind you, clerical duties are not as safe as you might think. You know those things you use to remove staples? You know, staple removers?
Look, I sympathize, but I've heard enough of this crap.
George, he was going somewhere with that. Let the man hurt you with a staple remover, George. It's penance.
Did you know there's an eclipse of the sun in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, Joe told me about it. He's having a party and we're all invited. Me and the boys are dressing up as evil monks.
Yeah? Cool.
Oh, this you're interested in. Okay.
Ever hear of a guy called Karzak?
No, sir.
Okay. What about Stooge number 3? Surely this will be the one who knows what an eclipse is.
Are you looking forward to the eclipse of the sun?
Not especially. Are you?
I don't know. I've never seen one. All I know about eclipses is that you shouldn't try to view them with the naked eye.
Please, go away and let me get on with my work.
No.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
Can't you see I'm busy? If I don't finish this stock report, the boss will be mad as hell.
Do you know where I could find a detonator?
Sure. The cupboard behind the boss. But she won't let you have it.
I'll use my charm.
This I gotta see.
Okay, man. Okay, Timmy Tightbuns. Hi.
Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining. If you are planning to stay in Quaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience, an interactive hands-on tour of one of our deepest mines. with talking tour guides available in 3 different languages.
A tour of a mine.
Well, this is a mining company. What else did you expect?
I think this man is actually a robot. Some kind of android. Designed to look human, except for his ass.
Do you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No, senor.
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
Me? No, senor.
I guess a mining company must use explosives, right?
Not in the accounts and ledger section, to my knowledge.
How come you're not wearing any pants?
I feel more alert without them. Kind of perky.
And your boss doesn't mind?
She suggested it.
I'm just absorbing that. Okay. Would you like some panties?
He wouldn't be interested.
Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure about that? Are you 100% positive, George?
I had nothing else to talk about.
Alright, well, we know where we can find detonators, but we can't have any. Maybe... Something profound. It's true. Something profound did happen here.
It was Ubier's bank statement.
Maybe... What if we showed her Ubier's bank statement? Because... Maybe... He's got a charge on there for detonators?
She wouldn't have been interested.
No. Lipstick?
I had nothing else to talk about.
Probably not. I don't know why I thought lipstick might work. Coal.
She wouldn't have been interested.
Oh. Alright. I'm checking the next hint. Talk to Conchita. She might be interested in that chart. Alright, let's go back and talk to Dwayne again. And, see if anything has progressed with him. Like, maybe we can... Or... I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm a little fuzzy on this one. I swear, when I said that we were going to spend the entire 2-hour session talking to people, I thought I was being facetious.
I had nothing else to ask him.
I really thought I was being facetious.
I had no more to talk to her about.
Alright, one more bump. Talk to Nico about the chart and go see the... Oh, now I can talk to Nico about the chart. I swear... I keep getting hung up by the fact that I thought I exhausted all of the dialogue. Or maybe I'm trying to do things out of order. Like, I thought I had already clicked on Nico and gotten... there's nothing to talk to her about, but...
Could you distract the general while I took a look at that chart?
Now we can do this.
Kidding. Did you see the way he was leering at me?
Yeah. You'd make a great snake charmer. Come on. 5 minutes is all I need.
Well, maybe. But it's your harebrained scheme. You do the talking.
Like, all I'm really needing is, like, little bumps that are like, okay, now do the thing that you tried to do earlier. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I can do it. Alright, let's talk to General Grand Smiley-O.
My girlfriend has a favor she wants to ask you, General.
For you, my dear. Anything.
And he gets up and goes over there.
I've changed my mind.
Oh, no, you haven't. She's embarrassed about asking you for an interview, General.
An interview with me? Fabuloso!
Well, I want to write a story about you.
You hear that, Ronaldo? An exclusive glossy spread about your beloved General.
Si, Signor General.
Look after things here. I'm going back to my apartment and I don't want to be disturbed.
I'll get you for this, George Stobart.
Don't worry. If you're gone for more than a couple of hours, I'll come and get you.
A couple of hours?
Yeah, that seems like an act excessive, but I don't know. Try to shoot him while you're out there, Nico.
No, Senor. The General said nobody must see that chart.
He won't know unless you tell him.
You don't know him, Senor. He will worm it out of me as easily as he de-waxes his ear.
Okay. I'd have to get rid of him.
We've got to get rid of him. Curse!
Never mind. I'd still have to figure out... Would you take my friend to the ruins now the General's gone?
I'd be honored, Senor.
Thanks. I'll go get her.
Right, his friend is Pearl, probably. Can't believe those two broke up. Yeah, they have such great chemistry. Obviously.
I've made the arrangements for your visit to the temple, Pearl.
Oh, that's just great, George. Why don't you come too, honey?
I'd love to, but right now I have... set out for the ruined pyramid.
Am I back? Am I back on the air here? Have I connected properly? I am, good. Kind of a rough night internet-wise, I guess. Alright, Pearl got what's-his-face to go with her to the ruins. So, we're able to look at the chart now. We're able to check out the safe. We're able to check out the papers.
It looked like a geological survey map showing the land to the southeast of Quaramonte City. About 60 miles inland and upstream was an area marked Teoculcan.
Okay, good to know.
I had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's.
George isn't interested in that.
The safe was undoubtedly locked.
Not interested in the safe. Let's check out in here.
I'm George Stobart. You're Miguel the musician, aren't you?
Ex-musician, senor. My career is finished.
Going to jail could be the boost your career needed.
Senor, I would rather die than live with this shame.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
Yes. The old man spoke of him.
The foreigner? Professor Oubier?
That's right. This man Karzak is Oubier's boss.
Okay, and why would you rather
Why
die?
is that noose hanging from the bars?
Ronaldo strung it up for me to hang myself. Don't cry for me, Senor Stobart. When I am dead, the goddess will take my soul to rest in paradise.
Can I have it?
I couldn't reach the noose. It was a length of rope, knotted in a hangman's noose.
Can I have that?
There was nothing I wanted to talk about right then.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've made contact. I think if he tried to hang himself from that noose, he would have to sit down first. See, I still need a detonator. But
I had nothing else to ask him. There was a forlorn-looking guy asleep on the floor of the jail. It was Miguel, the pipe player.
he falls asleep the minute we leave, so we can't do that. Alright, we've seen the chart. Let's go... The only person who seemed interested in the chart is Conchita. Let's go talk to her.
I got a good look at that chart in the police station. It's a map of Quaramonte.
Does it tell us where Ubier is heading?
Yeah, a place called Teoculcan.
That's the site of the mine. I wonder why they're being so secretive about Ubier's plans. One thing's for sure. If the general's involved, they're up to no good. I'd like to talk to that musician Miguel. Take the detonator and get him out of that jail.
Hell yeah! Thank you, ma'am. You are the first helpful person we've met here. Aside from Dwayne. Dwayne's cool. Dwayne's kind of a dick, but Dwayne's cool. You can be many things. Alright, let's get out of here. But yeah, I don't know what's up with my internet tonight. Or if it's even my internet, it could just be Twitch. Like, I don't seem to have suffered any connection issues anywhere else. I don't know. It's weird. Like, if the internet was going out, I wouldn't be able to see, the messages in the chat box. Let's say the internet is... I don't know. Twitch connectivity sucks.
Here is the detonator, Dwayne.
Let's give the American guy
Keep your
explosives.
voice down, George. You want everyone to know. You'd best go and warn Miguel that the U.S. cavalry's on the way.
Okay.
Okay, go tell him that the cavalry is coming. Tell him that he's gonna blow up a truck to get him out of jail. In the name of America. Oh, I can't answer the fax machine. That fax machine loop is kind of wonky, actually.
Hey, Miguel.
What is it? What is happening?
We're getting out of here.
Who's we? They've sent the Delta Force?
Nope.
The Impossible Missions Force?
Don't make me sick. Much better.
Who then?
A retired greetings card salesman from Ohio.
I'm doomed.
You're not the only one.
I should have known you'd be trouble the moment I saw you.
Look, I can explain everything.
Get in that cell, now.
And what if I refuse?
He'll shoot you.
Okay, here I am. Go going quietly into the cell.
Very wise, North Americano scum.
One of the reasons I hate guns so much is the way they make people so damned impolite.
George has a point. Rudeness is never acceptable.
I hope you're enjoying your vacation, Senor Stovak.
Go polish your weapon, Ronaldo.
This was part of your plan, right?
Well, in a manner of speaking, no. I was all out of ideas. It was up to Nico now.
So, here we are.
You've changed.
I thought I would slip into something more comfortable.
The stench of cheap cologne rolled over me like tear gas.
So, what do you want to know about me? Ask and I will answer. I will deny you nothing. I am a very giving person.
How nice for your friends.
Your eyes are glittering like stars.
His damn cologne was making my eyes water. I was running out of sofa.
As spirited as you are beautiful, I admire that.
As long as he admired it from afar.
Can I kill him with a swordfish?
On close inspection, I noticed that the swordfish was peppered with machine gun bullet holes. The general was a real sportsman, and no mistake.
Nico, do you have an inventory? No, you don't. She does have a notebook. Let's just leave.
Keep him talking. But what about? We had nothing in common. Cutting-edge technology, in 1978 at any rate.
Let's turn on the TV.
I didn't want to watch a lot of tawdry soap operas.
Yeah, you're living one.
A lava lamp, hip in a retro way. I had no doubt the general thought it was hip, full stop. I didn't want the lava lamp.
I kind of want a lava lamp. I would kind of like one.
A tiger skin lay on the floor.
Not enough to, like, get one.
The tiger was beyond help.
Alright, let's try a conversation.
Big fish. Catch it yourself?
Catch it? Fishing poles are for children.
Then how did... Are those bullet holes?
2 magazines on full automatic. It put up quite a fight.
He stopped and reloaded? Jesus.
That tiger skin. You didn't kill it yourself, did you?
Alas, no. I had to import a synthetic one from the United States. It is very comfortable to lie on, naked.
Unfortunately, I'm allergic to man-made fibers. Is that a lava lamp?
Sure, it's more impressive in the dark. I'll close the blinds.
No, don't do that. Not on such a beautiful day.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
I, love your TV.
Oh, yeah, cool, no?
Mom! What is going on here?
Nothing, Mom. I was...
I'm in uniform. And when I'm in uniform, it's...
Madame la Presidente, sorry, Madame la Presidente.
Now, what is going on here?
Nothing, Madame la Presidente. I was just showing my friend Nico some of the cool stuff I've got.
Hi.
Good afternoon, señorita. And just what are your intentions toward my son?
Intentions? We were just talking.
How nice. She has good bone structure, Raoul. Has she any brains?
She's a reporter.
Is she? And what sort of questions has she been asking?
I'm a freelance photojournalist. I do lifestyle features.
For what sort of magazines?
It looked safest to play dumb, with good bone structure. Haya, Lifestyle of the Super Rich and Vainglorious, Envy Magazine,
Excellent. Raoul, you've chosen well for a change.
It was pretty obvious who pulled the strings around here. I hope George was making good use of the time I was buying him.
And then it goes, pa 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 pa.
And when you were in this band of yours, you used to play that song for 2 hours?
Yeah, we were really famous at our college. Still, ours wasn't as good as the original version.
I have never heard that song before, yet I have no doubt that this must be true.
Hey! Psst! Hey, George!
Dwayne Henderson. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. Get to the American consul and tell him I've been imprisoned without charge.
Get real, George. He was the previous occupant of that cell you're in. We're gonna have to use good old American know-how to get you out of there.
Uh-oh.
That, and this truck full of explosives I've got here.
Dwayne, listen to me. You'll kill all of us.
You're such a naysayer, George. It'll go like clockwork. Negative to negative. It's positive to you gotta get the bare copper wire here. Let me just, damn. All right, I'll just hook that up. Oh, there we go. Okay, just a minute. I've got to get to a safe distance.
Quick, Miguel, hit the mattress.
You have strange customs up north.
Here we go.
Too late.
Unimpressive flatulent note. Thank
Are
you.
we dead yet?
Horse shit.
What happened to the explosives?
There ain't no explosives. My dumbass supplier must have given me organic fertilizer instead of chemical. All I got here is 400 pounds of lightly fried horse apples.
That's a lovely image, Dwayne. Never mind, I'll think of something.
I really don't blame him for asking, are we dead yet?
Solid bars protected the small window. I wasn't getting out that way. I couldn't escape that way. It was a length of rope, knotted in a hangman's noose. I couldn't reach the noose.
Can you hand me that noose?
Listen to me, Miguel. You give me that rope and I'll get us out of here. Is there somewhere you can hide from the General?
Of course. My friends have a boat ready to take me upriver. But how are you going to break out of here with just a short piece of rope?
I'm not sure, but I'll think of something.
Okay, now we get Dwayne to tie the rope to his truck.
If your plan doesn't work, will you let me hang myself in peace?
I think you're too tall, man.
I couldn't escape that way.
Right, but Dwayne...
I had nothing else to ask him.
What do you mean you have nothing else to ask? Use the rope on him. Where's the there?
Hey, Dwayne, I want you to tie this rope to your truck and then drive forward. I'd had no idea whether this was really going to work, but I'd seen it in a black and white western. Of course, Hopalong was using a horse and Dwayne had a 4-ton truck, but hey, the principle's sound.
Anything you say, George.
Please forgive my mother. She can be a little difficult.
She's right there.
Oh, my feet. Raoul, propose, you idiot.
Don't mind her. She just wants grandchildren.
Don't think I can't hear you, Raoul. I want the worthy successor, and you're not it. Propose now, or I'll do it for you.
Look, Nico, we haven't known each other very long, but... What the hell was that?
I didn't know what was going on, but Georges had to be involved in it somewhere.
She's not wrong. It's a hell of a thing.
I ain't gonna say a thing, because that sweet sound of falling masonry says it all.
Quick, senor, the river.
Huh? Wait, what about Nico?
Josh, what have you done? You only had to sneak a look at the chart, and it's turned into World War III.
No time to explain. Come on.
Don't move, terrorist scum.
You talking to me, Junior?
Yes, I'm talking to you, fat man. And my name's not Junior.
A word to the wise, Junior. You carry on waving that pea shooter in my face, and the next person who sees it is gonna be your proctologist. Savvy?
General, I am happy to report that I have apprehended the terrorists. You idiot, not them. The other American and the French woman. They're the ones.
An hour and a half of talking. And we have some movement down the Amazon. Well, that's South America. Well, that's bad. The general
When I
had a
recovered
CGI
consciousness,
chopper.
I was alone, washed up on the riverbank. My head was aching fiercely, and my mouth tasted like a swamp. At first, I thought the music I heard was in my head. Just my luck to wind up in paradise with a migraine. But I followed the sound and discovered a treehouse in a nearby clearing.
Happily, we found somewhere beautiful to be.
Interwoven vines made up what looked like a drive belt.
It's amazing he built all this out of coconuts. What's this?
It was a large wooden cross.
Can you bear it?
It was heavy. I guess that was intentional.
Okay. I can't steal it, though. I have to put it back.
2 round stones were carefully balanced on a wooden structure.
Folk music featuring the traditional Quaramonte and church organ. Yes.
I'd always wanted a treehouse like that when I was a kid.
Can you get up there?
Hello? Anyone home?
No, church organ too loud.
A wooden box was connected to the nearby water wheel. It
What
was
are
a
these
pile
leaves?
of damp leaves.
Ooh, damp leaves. Jump in them.
It was a pile of damp leaves.
Jump in them, George. Okay, poke him with the cross? No? Okay.
The water wheel had been built to provide a natural source of power. The wheel had a rim of roughly beaten iron.
Anyway, here's water wheel.
The iron rim of the water wheel would have torn the skin from my fingers if I'd touched it.
Yeah, I have no idea. I wonder if the pipe bellows are what's playing the organ up there. Like it's an automatic music system. That would be great.
The contraption consisted of a crude wooden wheel with wooden slats.
A washing machine. Lovely.
The machine was broken.
Oh. Then I don't feel bad about this.
That vine rope could be useful.
Now we have a rope. Maybe we can tie it to the cross and throw the cross at the treehouse and then climb up?
Two round stones were...
Two round
The
stones.
stones were too heavy to turn by hand.
Alright, well we can maybe construct a rudimentary lathe.
The vine provided a drive belt to connect the two stones. The stones were too...
Okay. What would we want to squish? Leaves? I need to use the rope on the stone, but I do.
It was a pile of...
Can I use a cross on this and make a kind of lever? I can make a kind of lever. That's great.
Now I had the contraption working.
That's great. You made it work. So what, George? Who fucking cares? What is this? Who fucking cares? Can I press this flat and...
The cone was ideal as a makeshift container.
Oh, it's a cup! I like how you're just building a contraption and you and George are excited to see where he's going with this as we are. Yeah, I mean, when we're done, it will be very interesting to see what we've constructed here. Can we squish the leaves?
It was
And
a
make
pile of
tea?
damp leaves. It was a pile of damp leaves.
What are we doing? Why are we doing this? The lipstick? No? The worm? No. Can we make coal dust? No. Dog biscuit? No. There's a river over here. Can we...
The sound of running water always made me need the toilet.
Not now, George.
I briefly considered diving into the crystal waters. Very briefly.
Yeah, you would immediately die. This is not a Sierra game, but you would die anyway. Okay,
The machine seemed to be pumping air up to the treehouse.
Stab it.
It seemed to be working. The iron rim of the...
Yeah. Iron rim. Maybe it makes sparks if we... Maybe we can sharpen the coal? No? Okay. Maybe we can sharpen the obsidian? No. Maybe, we can sharpen the dart? No. Maybe we, The water wheel isn't cursed enough. I mean, many things in this game are not cursed enough for me. Yeah, there's nothing between the stones to press. We need something to press between those stones. We need to, like, something we can juice. We need something we can swoosh. And I think it should be the leaves. I just don't know how to gather the leaves. Maybe we put the leaves in the panties. As a carrying bag. No. These panties are not elaborate enough for these leaves. Okay, Is there really nothing we can do with the treehouse? Oh, George will climb... No, he won't. No, he's... No, that's not working.
The cone was empty.
Oh! Bowl would be tax returns into a decorative origami bowl. We already have a bowl.
I placed the bank statement over the damp leaves.
Why did we do that? What? Maybe you're right. Maybe the water wheel isn't cursed enough. No, you're right. The water wheel wasn't cursed enough.
As I held the fetish to the iron rim of the wheel, a shower of sparks cascaded onto the leaves.
Now we're pumping smoke.
Quick, man! Put out that fire! I've got a sick woman up here.
Sorry, Father, but I needed to attract your attention.
Who are you? And what do you want?
My name is Stobart, George Stobart.
I'm Father Hubert. I don't suppose you speak French.
Huh? Why do you want to know that?
I found a young woman with a fever by the river this morning. The poor girl is close to death. And there's nothing I can do for her but pray. I don't understand her, but I think she's speaking French.
Hang on. That must be Nico.
The solution is to make the leaves flammable so they will generate smoke. And then grind the statue on the water wheel to make sparks. The water wheel, which is specifically called out as having an iron rim. It makes sense in retrospect, to me. But I didn't... If I had known that was the goal of the puzzle, I would have eventually come up with the idea, I think. But...
That's my girlfriend you've got in your treehouse. What's the matter with her?
She's been bitten by a venomous river snake.
But can't you do something for her? There's a cure, isn't there?
I ran out of penicillin and morphine years ago, but the local people speak of a root which they believe will counteract the poison.
Ah! We have to find the root and make root beer out of it.
Where can I find this root?
I don't know, but maybe the shaman of the village can tell us.
Will you show me the way to the village?
Me? Oh, but I can't.
Can't? Nico's life depends on it.
You're right. Of course I should, despite my own guilt and shame. But I can't go as a representative of God with a creased collar.
A creased collar? You mean you put your personal attire higher than the life of a sick woman?
I will not go to that village looking anything but my best.
Give me your collar. I'm sure I can find a way to press it.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Thank you, my son. In the meantime, I must contemplate my sermon.
There was obviously more than a creased collar bothering the priest. So there I was, hundreds of miles from civilization, doing the housework for a priest. It's a strange world.
Alright, let's press this.
The press worked surprisingly well on the collar. It was Father Hubert's collar, and very nicely pressed it was, too.
Okay. Question mark?
Here's your collar, Father.
Thank you, George. You probably think it a little odd of me to make such a fuss.
Oh, no. If I've been living in the jungle for 11 years, I'd be completely screwy, too.
Screwy? Yes, perhaps I am.
I have the feeling we're supposed to talk to him about himself.
Do you want to tell me what happened at the village?
I forgot my vows. I let myself be overwhelmed by the beauty of this unspoiled paradise, and in a moment of weakness, animal passion reared its rampant head.
You know, you should be writing romantic novels. Did you experience some kind of a physical liaison at the village?
Yes, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I found myself doing the monkey dance.
I've never heard it called that before. And I didn't want to pry any deeper into Hubert's murky past.
Okay, Johnny Bravo.
Now you've got your collar back, will you take me to the village?
I've still not finished my sermon.
Look, Father, I still don't know why you're so reluctant to visit that village, and it's none of my business. Whatever the reason, it can't be more important than saving Nico's life.
You're right. I must be crazy. We must make haste if we're to reach the village before nightfall.
By the time we reached the village, it was sunset.
Ah, yes, the village of buff stereotypes.
Hello, boys. Glad to see you're still wearing the underpants. What?
They're the best Christmas present we ever had, Father.
Mine are too tight.
Well, we all have our cross to bear. This is George. He has a request to make. I'm afraid I can't stay. Good luck, George.
Okay, bye. You're great. Thanks.
That's a relief. I never feel comfortable with him about.
Me neither. These damn pants keep riding right up my butt.
So, what do you want?
My girlfriend has been bitten by a snake.
So, everyone in my family has been bitten by snakes.
I was bitten by a dormouse once.
She's real sick. I hoped your wise man might have medicine.
Wise man? You must have the wrong village.
Father Hubert said there was a wise man in the village who could help me.
Ooh, he must mean the old man, the shaman.
I'd like to see the shaman, please.
You can't just go walking in there and demand to speak to the shaman.
Why not?
You have to observe the protocol. The shaman demands tribute.
Tribute? You mean like a gift?
That's right.
The eternal question. What do you give a man who has everything? Are you going to stand by and let my girlfriend die?
Of course not. What do you think we are, savages?
We'll start the preparations for a cremation feast.
You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. How about some dog biscuits?
Here, he'll like these biscuits.
If you say so. He liked the biscuits, especially the black ones. He wants to know if you've any more.
Worm?
Look, I know it's not much, but I want your shaman to have this.
Do you expect him to eat that?
He's an old man, you know. He might choke.
The guards looked as fierce as anyone can, wearing only their underpants.
I don't know.
Give me a clue. What kind of things does your shaman like? Does he have a hobby, a favorite sport?
You insult us. The shaman lives on a higher plane.
Oh, right. Maybe a book would be more suitable. Or a jigsaw puzzle? Don't you just hate choosing presents for people you don't know?
Lipstick?
Would your wise man have any use for lipstick?
Not in that color.
Haven't you anything in black?
Of course I don't.
He really likes black things, so let's give him the obsidian.
This stone is what brought me here.
That's a spirit stone.
I wouldn't touch it if I was you.
You're right. It could be cursed.
Maybe not.
There wasn't much point in sending the empty box back to the shaman.
Yeah, what do you want, this statue?
I didn't think the Indians would accept that gift.
I don't think they're Indian. How about these panties?
I didn't think the Indians would accept that gift.
No? Okay. How about the coal?
I didn't think the Indians would accept that gift.
I can't just walk in.
Stop. This is a private village.
Oh. And the box is empty.
The box was completely empty. There wasn't much point.
Empty box, empty box, empty box, empty box. Put the worm in the box?
I dropped the tequila worm into the empty box. Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
Am I trying to poison him? Okay, cool.
I'll give them to him.
No, maybe I'll get him drunk, and he'll...
He didn't want the little worm. He's a vegetarian.
Oh. Okay, well now I know that we can smuggle stuff inside the box for him to see. What about the cursed stone? Or the coyote stone?
I put the Mayan stone in the empty box.
The coal. Okay, the coal might work too.
There's already something in the box.
Let's try this first.
Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
I'll give them to him.
I found one very large biscuit. He's gonna break his teeth.
The shaman wants to talk to you.
I hoped he would. Well, it's been nice to talk to you guys.
Thanks, bye.
It was a basket full of rocks.
Ooh, rocks.
I couldn't think of any reason to steal the villagers' rock collection.
That has never stopped me before, George. A fire... There's the shaman.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Please, sit down. Welcome, George.
Thanks.
It has long been foretold that a white man would bring the coyote stone to this village.
George just sprawling out.
Why is Father Hubert so reluctant to visit the village?
I don't know. He used to come here a lot, but then he just stopped. You'd think he'd want to spend some time with his kids.
Oh.
Did you say Father Hubert has kids?
3 girls and 5 boys by my reckoning. All conceived in the same week at the Feast of the Monkey Dance.
Okay.
My girlfriend's been bitten by a snake.
And you want me to heal her?
That's the idea. Can you do it?
I'm not sure. My gums aren't what they used to be.
Listen, my girlfriend's in a coma. Please, old man, give me the root.
What root?
Father Hubert told me of a root which could cure the bite of the river snake.
There's nothing sacred with these people. That was a secret, known only to members of my tribe.
If that root is my chance of saving Nico's life, then I want it. Fast.
There's time yet, George Stobart. Time to learn why you were called here.
Really?
I don't suppose this would be any use to you.
It sure would. This wax on a stick will change our lives.
What do you want it for?
To decorate our bodies for the monkey dance.
Oh, okay.
Fine. If I listen to your story, then will you give me the root?
The eel travels far, but still returns to the place of his spawning.
And look, I'm running a tight schedule, so can you skip the
You
riddles?
are indeed the whitest man alive, George. Alright.
Many years ago, when the world was young, the great god and king Quetzalcoatl was defeated by trickery and deceit. His enemy Tezcatlipoca took his place as leader and demanded terrible human sacrifices. A group of loyal priests found a way to trap Tezcatlipoca. But his powers were so great, they knew he would not remain trapped forever. His time of incarceration would end with the eclipse, which marked the close of the Fifth Age. So the priests fashioned 3 obsidian stones which contained the power to seal the mirror for all time. But before the stones could be put in place, they were seized by the invading Spanish.
But how did they trap Tez, the evil god?
They built a pyramid which they told Tezcatlipoca was dedicated to him. At its center, they fashioned a huge mirror of perfectly smooth obsidian. Luring him into the pyramid with praise and flattery, they used sorcery to ensnare him in the mirror.
What happened to the stones?
They were taken by the Spanish to the coastal town that is now called Quaramonte City. Only 1 stone reached Spain. The other 2 fell into the hands of buccaneers. The Jaguar stone was captured by an English captain, El Draco. The Eagle stone was taken by a pirate called Ketch. The 3rd stone, the Coyote stone, reached Spain safely. That is the stone in your possession.
Interesting. Okay. A pirate and a captain.
There's an eclipse of the sun due very soon, isn't there?
Correct. The eclipse which marks the ending of the Fifth Age will come before the next full moon.
Less than 2 weeks. I didn't really believe that Tezcatlipoca would return, but I figured Karzak's plans were in some way connected. Suppose I was to believe there was anything in your story, other than the rambling delusions of a seriously wacky old man. Suppose I was to swallow it, hook, line,
George
and
Stobart,
sinker.
cultural ambassador.
What then?
Then you would see that the fate of the human race rests upon your shoulders.
Do I get anything to help me combat Tezcatlipoca?
Like what?
Well, a magical weapon?
Get real, George.
Tell me more about the Jaguar stone.
Many centuries ago, the port of Quaramonte was entered by a ship flying Spanish colors. The captain, the man known as El Draco, sent soldiers ashore. Only when the soldiers arrested the mayor did the people realize that they were English privateers. The mayor was held hostage while the soldiers looted and plundered the city. Amongst the treasures they stole was the Jaguar stone.
Where is the Jaguar stone now?
I suppose El Draco took it back to his homeland, across the Great Sea.
To England?
Alright, check England.
Tell me more about the Eagle stone.
The stone was loaded onto a galleon with many valuable artifacts plundered by the Spanish. But shortly after leaving harbor, a terrible squall blew up and damaged the ship. The ship was intercepted by a bloodthirsty pirate, Captain Ketch. Ketch made short work of overpowering the crew, stealing the treasure, and sinking the Spanish ship.
Where's the Eagle stone now?
Nobody knows for sure. Ketch retired from piracy and bought an island in the Caribbean.
An island in the Caribbean. Interesting.
What do I do when I find the stones?
Bring them here to me and I shall prepare you. The stones must be taken to the heart of the pyramid. Only there can they be used to seal the gate by which Tezcatlipoca will return to this world.
Now do I get the root?
Here, take it. Make haste if you wish to save the girl's life. The hummingbird sings to me of death to come.
Now you're talking in riddles again. Listen, is it okay if I
No,
crash
somebody's
here?
going to die, George. That's the
I've
thing.
got no chance of finding my way through the jungle in the dark.
You're welcome, but you probably won't get much sleep. Tonight's the night of the monkey dance.
Oh, good.
I left the village at dawn and stumbled back through the jungle in a post-party daze. It was just like sneaking back to my parents' house when I was younger. Except Oakland didn't have monkeys or parrots.
Let's crush the root.
As the liquid was squeezed from the root, it collected in the cone.
This guy is great at... Yeah, I imagine him a lot like Louis Tully. Just telling everybody how they can save money on their taxes. Also, I once described Gabriel Knight as mostly good except for vaguely culturally insensitive with the voodoo stuff. I may owe Gabriel Knight an apology. You can do worse, apparently, and worse is named George Stobart. Let's get Nico healed.
Look, Hubert, the antidote.
Well, what are you waiting for? Give it a go, quickly.
Nico. Here, drink this.
Oh, George, it's horrible.
Just swallow it down. Okay, try and rest now, darling. You'll need all your strength when we go after the other 2 stones.
Other stones? What other stones? What have you gotten me into now, George Stobart?
The patient is sounding more like her old self already.
After flying across the Caribbean Sea,
Nico recovered quickly from her fever. To save time, we decided to split up and look for each stone independently. I traced the pirate Ketch to a remote island in the Caribbean. With the fortune he'd amassed from piracy, he'd retired to a place that was later called Ketch's Landing.
okay, that would start the next part of our game, I suppose. And I think, given that we've just hit the 2-hour mark, this is a good place to park. Gabriel Knight never asked the people he was interviewing, so, supposing I actually believe any of this kooky bullshit, yeah, Gabriel is actually remarkably tactful, which is a sentence I never thought in my fucking life I would say. Man. It is. And like I keep saying, Broken Sword is one of those classic games, which means people actually like it. I can't wait until we've finished off all of the point-and-click adventure games that are considered good. And I can start showing you all, what lies beneath. We're still like 3/4 of the way up the iceberg, so to speak. And we're slowly working down. And I love that. We have so much more to go. We have so much more to see. Such a kid. Okay, I'm not doing Harvester. That's fair, yeah. Nobody I care to raid into, so we are just gonna go ahead and hurl you folks off into the ether. I hope you've had a good night. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope I don't know. I hope you eat some ice cream. Eat well, have a fat ass. Have a good night. Goodbye.